Hi, I'm Val, and you're watching videos about life. Today, I was checking my geocaches while I'm here in Adair, Iowa, and just a couple miles away from me, I saw that there was a very interesting historical site. Look at this, Jesse James Historical Site. Site of the first train robbery in the West committed by the notorious Jesse James and his gang of outlaws, July 21st, 1873. I mean, how cool is this? This is definitely a part of history. And like I said, I was checking my geocaches and the geocache brought me here. So I had to come and check it out. So what we have here is a nice train wheel with the train tracks behind it. And let me show you something else that's really cool. Show off your selfie skills. Open your camera app, set your timer, hurry to your spot, and take your picture. Let's see if we can do this, okay? So this is the site where Jesse James did his first train robbery. Now, it wasn't actually the first train robbery in the US, but it's credited as being the first moving train robbery. Basically, Jesse and the gang had heard that a $75,000 shipment of gold was going to be traveling east on the train going through Adair, so they made plans to rob it. And what they did was they loosened one of the rails and then they tied a rope around it. When the train approached, they pulled the rope and moved the rail, which caused the train to derail. Unfortunately, during the crash, the engineer John Rafferty had died, and another person, Dennis Foley, was injured, and he later died from his injuries. And what makes this really tragic is when Jesse and the gang opened up the safe, they only found about $2,000 worth of currency in the safe. The actual gold shipment had been delayed. With the $2,000 in the safe and what they robbed from the passengers, they'd only gotten away with approximately $3,000 in money. In his lifetime, Jesse pulled off about 5 to 7 train robberies, but yeah, right here is the site where he did his first train robbery. Alright, like I said, there is a geocache here, so we're going to have to try and find the geocache. Let's see if we could do that. Alright, I got lucky and I found a little geo trail. Like I said before, a geo trail is where you can see geocachers have stomped down some of the grass. Don't worry, they're not hurting the environment. But it makes it easier for people who follow them. In other words, they've already blazed the trail. Yeah, for some reason it's hidden way over here. I guess that means muggles won't get it. What's a muggle? A muggle, unlike in the a muggle is like in the Harry Potter stories. In Harry Potter, muggles have no magical powers, right? Well, in the geocaching world, muggles don't geocache. They are non-geocachers. So I guess you could say they don't have any magical powers either. Alright, it's going to be over in this tree. And this is right where the geo trail led me. And right there is the geocache. Alright, we found it. We can sign it. Then we can go back, take a couple more pictures with Jesse James, and go on to the next geocache before we head out. Okay, so it's a little damp in here, but I have my stamper. So, whoops, sorry, it's a little damp in here. I have my stamper, so I know that my name will be on the log. Whoops. There we go. Alright, there we go. See? DT Charlie. All right. Now, like I said, we'll go take a few more pictures and then we can go on to our next stop. I'm just gonna put that right there. All right, there we go. Now we'll follow the geo trail back.